NATO will conduct a large-scale exercise 30 kilometers from Turkey's border, and they say that 12,000 soldiers will be within a stone's throw of Turkey between May 26th and June 9th. Now, on the one hand, America's bases in Greece and the islands are obvious. We are looking to see which countries are participating. By the way, the name of the exercise is Immediate Response 25. More than 12,000 soldiers from Greece, Bulgaria, Albania, Montenegro, Kosovo, North Macedonia, Slovakia, and Croatia are taking part in the exercise. What the United States is saying here is why I am here. I want to eliminate threats to Europe. Europe is also afraid of the Russian threat. So what is this NATO exercise on May 26th, which we are not involved in, but which is taking place so close to us? How did you understand? What don't you understand?
Namely, the Russians are too busy to attack Greece first?
What's that got to do with it? Trump says he is not even afraid of bin Laden.
So first, no. Well, do you have a NATO map? If there's a NATO map, you can use it. You know, before I came to Greece, how will these Russians succeed? So if they do that, I really congratulate them, you know? How are they going to achieve this? By teleporting the country and coming directly to Greece, but especially to the DDAC. It's a great, I congratulate you on the project. And I'm doing this with the Quran. I congratulate the mind.
When a cover had to be made here, was this cover made?
Bulgaria, they'll probably fly over, right? There they will have crossed Romania. Is it not?
No, it is already there. I mean, obviously in recent years, more precisely with the launch of the Russian offensive. This is something that is said by rote because today Russia is increasing its buildup on the border with Finland. Despite that, Trump says, I'm not afraid of Finland. He says to the Baltic states that we are scared to death. Russia did this to Ukraine. Trump says nothing will happen to you. So, of course, everyone knows that his presence in Greece is not about Russia.
Let me put it this way. What do? You wait in a place that will welcome him, right? You have already established your bases in the first place he will enter. You have serious bases in Romania. You have serious bases in other countries. Now you will have men passing through those bases, and they will come directly to Greece's DDAC. The Russians will come to NEDAC. And they have chosen DDACs as a location, right? All NATO teams are there. Look, all of the teams, all of the participants are almost all Balkan countries.
I didn't see
any other countries except America. You already counted all of them as Balkan.
That's right. Yes, I did.
What is the reason? All the countries you listed there are countries that cooperate with Turkey.
Yes, they are. They are all countries with which we have good relations.
All of them are countries that cooperate with Turkey and have been cooperating with Turkey recently. The Greeks do it very well, so themselves. There was a movie, do you remember it very well? There was a movie called Gods Must Be Crazy. Do you remember it? It was set in Africa. Do you remember it?
Vaguely.
Look.
Yes, I do.
You're young, you remember him. When the hyenas were going to attack the children, the kids there make very interesting moves. That's what he taught them. A hyena is a bigger hyena. It doesn't attack the living. That's his specialty. Or there's a dog over there. Such wild dogs. They are, for example, they don't attack something bigger than themselves. Children put things on their heads. They put a big piece of wood like this. It's
then
a child.
He doesn't attack.
He's just a kid.
Small, of course.
Small.
Yes, he is.
How's he going to grow taller? He puts a long piece of wood on his head. He automatically grows taller. And that's how they escape. So they escape as a tall person. In Greece, whenever I think of this, whenever I think of such events, I think of this. I think of the gods going crazy.
Great analogy.
Okay. Is that it? They immediately put something on their heads. For example, one thing will happen in the region. Turkey is exploring for natural gas. It's creating a block just opposite. We'll run a pipeline through here. Who comes here immediately? Is it Birashik Aga who is the first to hear about it? He's already jumping in.
Yes, he is.
Yes, right? Then who came after him? Remember? Saudi Arabia. Nobody asked, are you guys sick? What are you doing in the Mediterranean? You don't have a field in the Mediterranean. I mean, no one felt the need to ask. Then Egypt, Israel, Southern Cyprus, and Greece signed agreements with each other. They went and conducted exercises.
Yes, they did. That's right.
Wait, they landed on ships, they got off ships, they did this and that. That's what I'm saying. They'll put something all over their heads.
So in reality, it is impossible for them to grow.
Look,
In the short term, I'm going to put...
memories are very interesting. Ukraine. The war has once again demonstrated that water...
The mill does not turn.
The mill doesn't turn, brother. You cannot win and wage war with other people's weapons and equipment. You cannot sustain it. They know this and they say it loud and clear. It is very interesting. I saw it today, you will probably mention it. Who has the fastest landing fleet in Europe?
We probably
Turkey.
have it.
Turkey's landing fleet? How capable is he? How many people? Okay, you can move them from one place to another at the same time with a landing squadron, sir? I think it would take a brigade, at least. What they are saying for such an operation right now, I read something today, I read it today, it says 20,000 soldiers.
It's a door.
Ready for his operation. He's talking about 20,000 troops. It'll be easy. You're talking about the largest landing fleet in Europe. You guys are friends. Really? Yeah? If you think you will grow up with the board you put on your head, you have been watching something wrong. We are not hyenas. We are lions, brother. We attack those who are bigger than us. We are not hyenas. You've seen the wrong movie. I've been saying it from the beginning. Bring 120,000 soldiers there, not 12,000. The problem is this. We're playing the game right. I'm smart about one thing. I'm saying the same thing. Is sunnah. That's what they say. It's sunnah, my friend. Sometimes you have to put them in their place. What? But we are going in the right direction. With a fully independent defense industry, we are the winners of this war. And I don't mean a direct war. We are the winners of the game. The winner of the game? We're happening. You're telling me you can block my Patriot purchase from the US, but you can't block the Sniper that I produce at Aselsan. You can block the F-35, but you cannot prevent the national fighter jet. You can make me put an embargo on Italy's sale. You can prevent Germany from giving me parts for a submarine. But you can't stop Golchu, nor can you stop Yalavo, which has the biggest shipyards in the world. You can block Tuzla. You can't, my friend.
Yes, you can. Then let's have a look, shall we? Kemenkesh 2, Red Apple, we have a lot of new footage.
I don't think we should start with the Seawolf.
What do you think?
Let's not start with the Seawolf.
But I think we should give them here and now, while you're talking about the point we've reached in the
Okay, but if there's no time later.
No, it's going to stay. Let's take a quick look. Let's look at the system identification test of Bayraktar Kemenkesh Tesas. So, the artificial intelligence-based mini-Sayer missile. Then we will look at Bayraktar Red Apple. First flight test EU takeoff aerodynamic system. The details.
Yes, Kemenkesh. What was it? Kemenkesh. It was a mini-smart missile that could be fired from our blacks. It is very important because you can't throw everything everywhere. It has a certain carrying capacity. This type equipment is very important. And because the time in the air is so long, sometimes we have the chance to use them as loitering ammunition, TB2s and TB2-like versions. Mission. Capacity. It is very important in that respect. So you can make a platform. When you enrich the equipment to be used under the platform actually gains a lot of value. Therefore, I think Bayraktar is going in the right direction. Build its own weapon systems as well as its own engines. Again, he started doing, and he's done it. It seems likely that the Kemenkesh will now be one of his equipment when the TB2 is sold. Because success is a very high probability. Let me put it this way. Probably, even before entering the inventory of the Turkish armed forces,
it will sell.
I also think that it has a very high chance of being one of the products that will sell, especially in Africa. Don't be surprised if it kicks in very early.
Okay, 2 more systems before you sit down. Red Apple PT4. Is it? Am I reading this right?
Yeah, I mean the prototype of 4?
Yeah.
That is the 4th one. You know, the most recent defense industry, Mr. President also attended the meeting, Related Sciences attended the meeting. Turkey, about the construction of the unmanned combat aircraft, the decision has been taken. Remember, Red Apple project is not a government project. The Red Apple is a project funded by Bayraktar. It is a self-paid and self-financed system. Some projects belong to the state. For example, the Altay tank is a state project. MPT, a Diet Spectator starting National Infantry Rifle Spectator 762-556s is a state project. And the rights belong to the state license rights. But some products is not. For example, it is the National Combat Aircraft. Harriet is like that. But Aksungur, for example, is not like that. It was built by Thai with its own means and capabilities. Therefore, it owns the license rights. This does not mean that this product can't be sold anywhere without the permission of the state. So don't misunderstand what I am saying. Some products belong to you completely. Some products are paid for by the state and it is financed. Now it belongs to the state. It is made to the relevant units. Example, STM has a lot of a ship project. But STM is nothing. What do they call it? OZA. No, it is not. It doesn't own a shipbuilding shipyard. What does it do? It gives them to private companies and allows them to be built by private companies.
That's why the Red Apple
That's why the Red Apple is so valuable. About $1 billion was spent on this, friends. Don't be silly, don't be silly.
$1 billion.
Friends may not know how much it costs to develop an unmanned fighter jet, but you are developing a fighter jet. There are many models of manned fighter jets in the world, but not many models of unmanned fighter jets. For this reason, Selçuk Bayraktar, Haluk Bayraktar and their team, I think they went to the right place, and I think they have taken Turkey to the right place.